Darling, did you really have to spend our life savings on this world's longest slip and slide? I'm telling you, sweetheart, it's going to be the talk of the town. With how hot it's been getting these last few summers, I bet it'll pay itself off by the end of the year. Charge $1 entry each for that and a cup of your lemonade and we'll be rich. Well, we even put all that. I hope you also had enough sense and money to pay some nice people to help you dig up the land to run the water, because I'm not breaking my back in this heat for another one of your crazed fantasies. You know, one of those quack doctors you've been making me see says you might also be to blame for my so-called blood pressure issues. If it weren't for your murderously good cooking, bringing me back to life every morning, I'm sure your nagging would have killed me in my sleep by now. Keep complaining like that and I'll make sure starvation finishes you off by the end of tomorrow if the sun don't get you first. Oh, quit your yapping. The sounds of the lovers' quarrel are suddenly replaced by the din of the sky itself unfurling, as the clouds overhead are parted and a fiery orb is seen whistling towards the couple's homestead. In less than a matter of seconds, the sky becomes utterly vacant and blue, and an infinitely yellow streak has replaced the sun. For moments, the orb is infinitely large before the farmer's eyes, and before he can begin to react, the orb has broken ground, a mere 2 fields away from him, causing the ground to remove itself gingerly from beneath his feet in a thunderous applause. Cold green! Cold green! Sweetheart, my hunting rifle, please! Not now, Dennis! You know that thing don't work no more anyway. You promised you was just a farmer now, so come here and get in this house. I can't, Charisse. They call me crazy. They called me a bigot. They even called me a liar. But I knew it. I was right. That war never ended. I got to protect you. I gotta go fight. Oh, hell! But the farmer's wife's protests could scarcely be heard from the distance the farmer now found himself located at, his feet having carried him away farther than they seemingly ever could, or at least for the past 3 decades. He grabs his shotgun from beneath the passenger seat of his pickup truck, which was thankfully spared by the fallout of the impact. Checking to make sure it's still loaded, his free hand fusses about in search of the glove compartment's walkie-talkie. He jams his key into the truck's ignition and steps on the gas. Dear God, the potatoes! Say it ain't so, Dennis. Don't you worry, Charisse. Just stay back and find my rifle. I got a bad feeling about this. At the very end of the ditch, the farmer encounters a pristine, chrome-lined orb. An impossible warmth radiates from the harsh divot created by its path, and the farmer can see steam all but bubbling from the creases of the unidentifiable object's otherwise invisible seams. It didn't get my petunias too now, did it? I'm not sure that's a hole your pension can cover. The farmer is silent for a while. Not a hole, sweetheart. A valve. We've struck liquid gold, a natural aquifer, right here, just beyond our walls, this whole time. The farmer inches closer towards the crater, an almost childlike wonder apparent in his expression. He steps out of the truck and attempts to peek out into the dust cloud from behind the rim of the crater, almost forgetting his rifle in tow. We are locked and loaded, but don't expect much. I've barely got eyes on you. Inching forward still, the farmer's gaze is transfixed to the darkest part of the pit below. More time passes. Dennis, I'll be a monkey's grandpa. I think there's someone down there, Charisse. A stained glass panel, vermilion in hue and sloped downwards into the submerged orb's underbelly in the recesses of the crater, announces and reveals itself with a vacuum-like gasp. More steam, this time perhaps not resulting from the joining of superheated metal to an unsuspecting pool of centuries-old groundwater, erupts from the scene. Cocking his shotgun beneath his chin, the farmer raises its barrel to eye level and begins to line up a shot. His aim is trained on the head of the impressive figure appearing to emerge from the orb below, its intent on hold for the first signs of life. A tall son of a... just like that old devil demon king. Charisse, I need you to cover me. I'm taking my shot as soon as I get the chance. You see me come running in the truck, you draw a bead on that sucker. And if the first slug don't get him, you keep pulling without a care in the world, you hear me? You hush up and get those shells ready. Now silent, the eerie contraption begins to come into full view as the last tufts of steam surrounding it evaporate. An even eerier figure beyond them is now becoming visible to the farmer. The farmer pulls the trigger, spurred on by the sight of the first colors to materialize beyond the shadowy veil of gray. But no ammunition did fire from that old war relic of his. Alerted at the metallic sound of an attempt on his life, the invader suddenly jerks his head towards the direction of the farmer, who takes a step back instinctively in response. "Greetings, Earthling," interjected the tall invader from the crater, immediately locking eyes with the farmer in a way that transfixed him in place. "Does the name Kakarot ring any bells?"